All right, Gucci Maniacs, welcome back. It's Thursday. Happy Thursday. As you know, as always, Thursday is food at the Mountain Brewery. I got one more episode to go for this season, and then next season, I'm going to take a little hiatus and I'm going to start a new series. Don't know what I'm going to call that yet, but I'm going to be viewing food at another restaurant called Amore. But today's food is the pepperoni flatbread, which almost looks like a homemade pizza. Basically, that's what flatbread is a pizza anyway. So let's dig into it. Also, I'm 44 subscribers away from the 500 mark to get monetized. So subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell for notifications. Comment, help me beat these YouTube algorithms. Now, very cheesy. Now, this is something my fat ex would like. That's why she was so fat. I'm also got the Gooch in the News video coming out soon. And I also got a 3-part video coming out of the 30 snubs in baseball. Basically 30 people, one from each team that should be in the Hall of Fame but is not. I'm going to start with the 10 teams I dislike the most, and the last one will be the 10 teams I like the most. So the first video will be the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Braves, and the Dodgers will be in that first video. I could have done 30 players from each team that should be in the Hall of Fame, but I'm only doing one player from each team. Cover all 30 teams. I didn't do the Nationals, but I did do their predecessor, the Expos. But that's in the last video with the Royals, the Astros, the Rangers, the Reds, the Phillies, the Diamondbacks. All those teams are in the will be in the last video because those are my favorite teams. I do like the taste of this. I've been having a lot of pepperoni lately. I bought some the other day at work for my lunch, and that was because it was $5. Then I tried a pepperoni panini yesterday at the place where I'm doing the new series of food reviews. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to call it the food of Amore or if I'm just going to call it Amore or what, but I'll figure out what I'm going to name those when I start. I still need 4 more people in between now and by the time I do the soup next week to leave Impossible in the comments in order for me to see in order for me to go back and do the Impossible burger here, which is the only thing I didn't do this year that I did last year. This also makes video 78 for the Food at Dub Mountain Brewery. When I reach the 100th episode of Food at Dub Mountain Brewery, I will probably do something very special. So, another reason why to subscribe. I'm also trying to figure on what kind of day I want to start doing the Food of Amore. If I want to do it on a set day like I do for this. So we'll find out once I get all that worked out. And trust me, I got some very interesting names on that list of 30 snubs from the Baseball Hall of Fame. Not every single one of them, but most of them have a better award than Harold Baines, who was put in a few years ago. I mean, if he can get in, these guys should have been in a long time ago. And if you know me and you watch my videos long enough, you know who I picked for the Reds. And who I picked for the White Sox. Some of these picks I ended up picking because I was surprised they were not in the Hall of Fame yet. Like my pick for the Oakland A's and my pick for the Milwaukee Brewers. Some of these guys I could have picked for multiple teams. So. Kind of like the one I picked for the Diamondbacks. I could have picked him for the Giants, but I picked him for the Diamondbacks because of who I picked for the Giants, which was someone I didn't really like as a player, and I didn't like watching them. But they are Hall of Fame worthy. And even though I wasn't a big fan of theirs, I still think they should have been in the Hall of Fame by now. So that's why I picked that individual. Even if I don't like a player or a performer in wrestling, I will give them props when they're due props. My server today is the very lovely Olivia. And my buddy Harrison, who I keep asking y'all to leave comments for, just walked in the door. And as always, I got my Dr. Pepper no ice. Like I've said a lot of times in my videos, I like ice on my borders, not in my drink. This is basically like eating a mini personal pan pizza. I'm also working on a man out in the park video. I'm really blowing through this flatbread. They got the Rich Eisman show on one channel. They got horse racing and golf on. Like I said, if you're ever in the Dove Mountain area, come here, try the food, tell them that you've seen the Gooch's videos on YouTube. Helps the fact I haven't eaten all day, so. I'm going to start finishing off all my videos the way I finish these off, with that catchphrase I use at the end of these. For the entertaining reasons. Also got another collection video coming out soon. Apparently, there must be the football draft must be going on this week, because that's what it looks like they're talking about. I'm not a huge football fan, but y'all know I am about baseball and how I am about the Royals. Kansas City, ride or die when it comes to baseball. And my pick for the Royals was hard for me because there's a lot of great names I could have picked for the Royals that should be in the Hall of Fame. I think y'all like the person I picked, and I think a lot of y'all would agree with it. Like I said, some of my picks were easier than others. Like I said, not all the people on my list, but just about all of them have a higher WAR, which is wins above replacement, than Harold Baines. And if he can get in, these individuals should have been in. Some of my picks will be surprises to you. Some of them won't be too big of a surprise. I will say the first video of the 10 teams I dislike the most. We'll start with the Yankees. And the team of my top 10 favorite teams in baseball, which will be the third video, will end with the Royals. Now, again, that should not be a surprise to anybody who watches my videos on a regular occasion. This has really good flavor. The pepperoni was excellent. The cheese was excellent. Of course, if you want to make something better, you always add mushrooms. So now, it's time to rate the pepperoni flatbread. I'll give it a 65. Oh, that's right, I don't go that high. I give it a 35 out of 50 on the woo scale. As always, be good to each other. As always, I am the man of the hour, the man of power, too sweet to be sour. Every lady's pet, every man's regret. The sex appeal of Elvis, leadership qualities of Ronald Reagan, Hall of Fame potential George Brett, style and profiling of the Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair, the hardcore heart of Mick Foley. Always right like Rush Limbaugh. The toughness of Chuck Norris, all rolled into one. THEGOOCH. And see you next time for the next exciting episode of Food at Dumb Mountain Brewery.